Welcome back to another game. And we're in with the white pieces. Like I said, I've got a bit of popcorn with me today as well. It's a bit later at night, so get some sugar in. What do we play in? Knight c6. Knight f3, and then on either of these moves we can transpose. Against this, I don't really know what I'm. Okay. So we get the transposition as if we played this, 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 this. I don't know, it feels about right. So our opponent just under 2100 from Sweden. Joined 3 years ago and we've got 750 games. And we'll find out if eating popcorn is terrible for audio, but let's find out. I think taking is really the only viable option, right? If you defend the form with d6, you'll end up with swapped over casting rights. So taking makes sense. Now you've got some options like you can get your bishop b4. We had a game a couple of games back, bishop b4. I took, which I think was the right move, and then you need to take on c3 first. That game they didn't. I played queen d4. Then they took, and we ended up like doubling some pawns over here. So they should have played this the right way. So here I've got the weak pawn structure, but I have the bishop pair. I wonder if d takes is the move. And say with queens off, I'm not really going to be able to exploit much. So here, this. Top 8 e4. And queen here, I'm going to kind of leave the tension, right? Because takes is good for me. And then maybe I get my bishop out this way. I'm thinking, that's a lot of clicks. Maybe my bishop on a3 will be quite useful for stopping you casting. So we leave that tension. It's kind of difficult for you to develop your knight. But if you go here, I'm willing to take. And if you take, that feels pretty good for me. Maybe you bring your bishop here. I don't think you can really commit to castling long. I can maybe even go for this. Feels a bit much. Yep, so my idea is to play this, which will likely provoke d5, but then my bishop stands nicely through it because I think on bishop a3 they want to play this, then on bishop g2, okay. So first thought is I can play this. And lose my queen. Cool. This is an option to hit the pawn. I like that. Attack's now weak. C7 pawn, and I can drop something onto E5. Probably the bishop, maybe even the queen. The queen's quite useful. Depends how it defends. If like queen goes back, then maybe queen here. No, queen go back, we just pick up. Okay, so that plays into my hands because you're right, you've traded your queen, but you're still left with this vulnerability. My first thought is I can play rook b1 and get control of this b file. This looks useful, but f6 always kicks me away. I'm looking at b1. Only consideration is this is coming. I'm playing king up. Yeah, it's funny, I've now got the bishop pair and they're the ones with the double pawns. I think I'll commit to playing king d2. Maybe it's not so clever. Interesting. Just to go here to kick my bishop. I'm contemplating if there's any merit in h4, bishop h3, trade off the light squared bishops, infiltrate with my rook. Whether we just go here and this, then we're playing this. All the way back. Maybe here, come all the way back. So we still got that square for the king. Unless they're going here. I wouldn't have thought. Didn't get castled. Try and get rooks. What is that? You playing G5? You can try and do this. Interesting. Maybe H4. Currently this is prevented. On this. We'll play H4. We've also got the option of playing this. I'm also interested in maybe playing E4, getting your king trapped in the centre. And if the knight moves, we're threatening to take twice. Right, so this is the idea. Giving away quite a bit of counterplay here. This C4. We'll go for it. Might be actually because of this. So right, this is coming. Takes. Move. It might end up being that we get like takes here. My kingside gets totally obliterated. Maybe H4 is not needed. Thinking about going here. lists. Let's bring this rook over to threaten here. See, this is still annoying. Takes here. Because you then got to get your bishop out, haven't you? Here. You have to move it away. Then takes. I'm left in quite a drawish position. Okay. So I think I was just going to leave this tension here. I don't want to go takes and a vowel like that. So rook here with my thought. Takes I can take with the bishop. That's quite handy. I'm down to 8 minutes. Opponent's got 2 minutes on me. I think that's one thing that has improved in general is my time management. Okay. Here. So I keep on this diagonal. If I get here, I'm just walking into this. Yeah, that would definitely create some counterplay. And they can wedge their pawn in here at the right moment, push it forward if they want to. Although to do that, they'll probably need a rook behind it, which my bishop's obviously doing a good job of. They can dispose of me with knight there. I do get the check in and takes. Yeah, actually this is quite a critical square. I get my bishop here with the pawns cleared. Just even in general, right, this rook is in trouble. Like takes. Even if this rook isn't here, I'm attacking this rook and you can't move it here because my rook covers that square too. In this current example, the only saving grace is that they can play c6, but it's just a pawn sack, like, let me get this rook in. So I think I'm still up in this position. It's definitely allowed more counterplay than I should have. I'm also thinking at some point king h2 is probably useful, but then I give up control of the f2 square. King h2 gives up control of f2. So maybe something like this might be on the cards, so they can play h2. And when I take, they come in and kind of then pick up here, and then this pawn's really weak. So maybe on this, I'm going to take here. Am I going to take here, or am I just going to play check? I can just play check and then go here. that's attacking the pawn too. I can go check and pick it up. I can go check and pick this pawn up. You not got any. Well, you can go. You haven't got any good knight jumps. You can play knight back, sure. Okay, so I can take there. I can take there. This is feeling good now. Taking that g5 pawn feels more lucrative, but this opens up potentials for my bishop. So let's have a think. Taking here, you can't take back. You probably lock yourself in. Takes check. I really like taking here. On this, I'm taking here. So there is a discovery, right? But you've got to move your knight for it. So I'm now up material, and that was a bonus pawn I wasn't expecting to win. Really, I was thinking the damage is going to be from getting my bishop up to d5, or I'd probably get a chomp, push d5, yeah. So now thinking takes, check. So I'm expecting you to take here. Maybe push here. So this bishop's starting to get some life. So I'm going to be 2 pawns up. The question is, can the knight get anywhere useful that I end up in a mating net, or does my f2 pawn become a total liability? I think if anything, not having an e-pawn helps me defend laterally with the rooks, and I'm hoping like if I can land my rook up here, bring my bishop back to a square where it attacks here. So obviously to attack my bishop you need to move your knights, and by moving your knight I can always bring my bishop back to f4, which is the kind of key square. I think if I can get bishop back to f4, attacks this weak pawn, which I would love to be able to capture. Acts as a, well, I need to be a bit careful. It's like it stops access to the f file, but if I had this and then the knights, they've gone out here somewhere and they've brought this rook over, they can take this bishop because I would be pinned. There'd be a lot of lines where this pawn gets pinned. So like even here, you could play like knight here if you wanted to. But I think this pawn's not going to be so easy to defend. What? I take here and I won both rooks. I don't get that. I don't get that. Right, but I don't have to take the pawn. I mean, I might still take the pawn, but I don't have to take the pawn. So if I play king h1, both of your rooks are still hanging. Which I think is better. I don't think I want to open up the file yet either. I've got to be a bit careful about this diagonal. Do I have takes there? I go here, say, you move your other rook here. Do I have this? I think this is his cleanest though. We'll go with this. Takes the pawn. So I can take in the corner, rook takes, and then pick up the pawn. Then the bishop comes here. Yeah, this bishop's quite pesky. Maybe I was better having my king in g2. Maybe I put my king in. Gosh, I was like, have I blundered this? But no, because my bishop comes back to defend it. But I need to do something about that move now. Whether it's this. I think this is actually the move. Because if, suppose I take it, and this is now, well, I've always got this. I think I can take it. Check, okay, here, there, check, back there. So there, takes, check. I think this. I'm trying to get wrap a rook around it. And if you go here, I want to play this. And here, don't know, I'd go here, say. Check, I've got this. Okay. I've got bishop here. I've got, I think I want to play this up here. Next is this. Yeah, so weapon exchange and a pawn. Position is good if I get that h2 pawn, which I should do. Also, does my bishop kind of totally dominate his knight? Well, not so much the bishop, but my position dominates his knight. I'm going there, and then how are you stopping anything? was thinking like takes, you might have a check here, but you don't, because I can take with the rook, which is why I played it there. I think I could maybe also play this. That might have been stronger. Pick up that pawn, check. Maybe we should have done that previously. Here. Played this. No, I wanted to guard against this. So yeah. Yeah, I think here actually this is stronger. There's no way of defending this pawn. You could come back to threaten putting a bishop there, but I can take with check and then slide down. This I can always meet with f3. And again, the knight's just out of the game. Where do I want this bishop? Do I want to put it here? No, I want to cover with the rook. Do I want to put it here? Do I want to put it here? And there. Here, takes. Maybe I want to put it here. I'm fine trading it off and give myself a weird pawn structure. And trade that off, trade the rooks off, keep one pawn on either side of the board, should be fine. I need to give myself more time in a minute. Also need to be careful of bishop d5 stuff. So I need to keep hold of my f pawn and my rook on this third. So I don't want to go gobbling on a7 too early before I've picked up the pawn. Generally keep things out of the way of the light squared bishop. Maybe. Okay. I presume we're not going to get this trade. I presume we're going to get check and f3. Maybe we're going to get rook d5. Rook d5 is not a bad shout, is it? I get check here. That one I don't think is so good. So now I have this. My rooks are both on dark squares. This would be useful. Probably want to cut the king at some point. I could also maybe sack this way? No, I think it's fine. Don't spend so long. This pawn's now undefended. I need to get this rook into the game. I like rook h6, keep your king out of the game. Or, you know, try and sneak into g5, but obviously I can't use g2. How do you stop this? Move your pawn. Move your pawn, leave you permanently stranded on the back rank. Good. I think I'll let my rook on e5, or maybe, I don't know. So I can presume this check is coming. In there, maybe? That covers this. So this pawn is now gone. This pawn is not yet gone. Oh, I've lost the rook. Oh, wow. Didn't even see I'd lost the rook. Oh, wow. It's not ideal. This? No, it takes with check. Whoops. Just dropped a full rook. That's why you shouldn't play with a minute left on your clock, and that's why you shouldn't keep your pieces on. I like this. Is that stupid? Check. Here. Takes, you pick up there. 3 against 1 pawns. So you need to guard against this. Let's try this. Try not to get mated. This is useless. I'm just hemorrhaging pawns. Well, there's 2 more gone. How can I not even win the c6 pawn? Just go here. This has been embarrassing. Let's me come up. Like I say, if I could somehow win the c pawn, is that a draw? Probably a draw, isn't it? Presume that's not good. So that's the only move. If I push it, you just go behind it, right? This is painful. Wouldn't it have been so helpful to have another rook here? don't know how I'm going to win this c pawn. Might even contemplate like slacking it. King pawn rook, king rook. Just depending on the position might be good enough. That's the square your king wants. Does this force a draw? There's a line here. There. Ah, king's always got this square. Think so. If his king was one square further, maybe I should have tempted him. I should put it there, just to tempt him to come further away. Check. Check. Is this now a draw? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is this now a win? Is this now a win? What is this position? Oh my gosh. Wow. Right, I need to cut the king. His king wants to come here. I need to attack the bishop. I feel. And play check. I'll cut your king this way. Look, game over. Let's go. Wow. That is a messy old game. I wouldn't have thought when I had... Wow, yeah. It's terrible. From both sides, just end up I was the one that didn't make the last mistake. So let's have a look. Here, d4. Already we win database 57% of the games here compared to black 36. You've got a 20-point gap already at this stage. So takes, and then bishop b4. Yeah, because we had this in the previous game. Knight takes, and the right move is for them to take on c3. We had a 2300 basically that didn't do that and lost pretty quickly. B takes. It does like e4, queen out, and I was kind of happy with this. It still likes e4. G3 is a bit meh. Likes bishop f4, so we're up to about a +1 position here. Rook b1 is good. It likes h4. Wow, so that's one thing we were considering was h4, bishop h3. I presume that is the follow-up. No, okay, I thought bishop h3 would be the follow-up. No, don't think that's any good. Okay. Really likes h4. h4, still likes h4, rook behind it, so what's the move here? Wow, c4 is the move. This is now +2, takes, bishop here. So I played all the right moves. On this, rook fc1, I've played all the best moves. h3, bishop h1 it prefers, nice. Check. Okay, so this is the first bit where I start deviating. I took on g5, so maybe it thinks you get more counterplay and I don't lose my e-pawn is probably the thinking. This is +4, this is +3.5, so I get that pawn, you get that one, I get that one, you get that one. Okay, it says take on h2 and don't be so scared. Is it because I get rook c6 at the end? So there, I was anticipating this. I go here, and if you go here, well, no, that's rubbish. If you go here, that's more human. Yeah, rook here. Yeah, so I saw this from a distance. Oh, I didn't. We just up loads of pawns, right? Is that the idea? I go check, you take, I take. Okay, so you go there. Takes, 5 on 2. Yeah, fine, so that's maybe the clean way to liquidate. Ended up messing around a bit here. Because I read the exchange, but maybe I shouldn't have gone for the exchange. Kind of maintaining a +4 advantage throughout. I thought yeah, here, there's no easy way to defend that pawn. I'm going to go this way, now I can get my king involved. Yeah, worst move, isn't it? Well, I suppose, to be fair, it's only 2 squares. Yeah, I just need to get the pawns off the board, don't I? To try and... Yeah, so d5 is nice. That gets rid of one of them, and then... This is almost painful to watch, so I'll kind of skip through this. Well, actually, there's not much point in watching the rest of it. Like, I was rubbish until they blundered back, so... Cool, thanks for watching.